Who's watching? Hello. The penultimate one.
Yes.
Before regular-ish scheduled programming will continue.
Yeah.
I think our plan is after the last review, we're going to do our first non-Doctor Who related video. Just because you've had a lot. Oh no, it's a Doctor Who channel, but you've had a lot of Doctor Who.
It's something different, isn't it?
It's something different, and we'll see what people think and what we think.
Yeah. But this is Ascension of the Cybermen.
Yes. Coming off the back of what I think is Chibnall's best Doctor Who episode.
Yeah.
Except maybe Woman That Fell to Earth. Maybe. But apart from that, I'd say Chibnall's best Doctor Who episode. I'm including all of his ones before he took over in that sweeping statement as well. Coming off of that, I don't know, it was a co-production from him and someone else. We've got Ascension of the Cybermen.
Which I'm going to be brutally honest here, I did not think was as good as last week's episode. It was damn good.
I don't think that's being brutally honest.
But I don't think it was as good.
I think there were a couple of moments where I had to remind myself that overall I do think the issue is, and it happens not only with this story, it happens with a lot of two-parters, is that it's difficult to judge it on its own merit.
It's the opening part as
well. A lot of things depend on all that. Yeah, it depends on what they do with it next.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what I said on a few episodes.
Yeah.
Like Fugitive of the Jadoon, although it wasn't a traditional two-parter, I was a bit nervous to say anything too strongly about it. Because it depends on how they, how
it pans out.
No. Anyway, I've got a stream of consciousness. Jordan doesn't, but he can jump in on mine as I go. So, starting from the very beginning, as soon as it opened up, I was like, I don't know if anyone else noticed this out of the two of you, but the stars are in the shape of a skull. In the background.
No, I didn't notice that. There was a couple of bits I saw on Twitter, and people were like, oh, did you notice this thing on the door, and that thing on the door, and this thing in the sky? I'm like, no, I didn't see any of it.
I didn't jot all of the things I saw down, but I jotted the ones I thought were the most. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So I like the little.
See, I think this is going to be an episode I'm going to have to watch again to get everything, but I might get something more out of it. I don't know.
I like the transition from the
Cyberman's
eye into the opening titles. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
I'm not a big one for starting an episode of exposition if it's not needed, which I will say now. Not needed exposition, but it didn't bother me as much because they had all of these cool visuals around it. I thought that was really
I liked
good.
the transition. Actually, that was going to be my first point. Was I liked that transition.
Now, there's a channel I watch that refers to things. It's called Cinema Wins. If you haven't watched it, watch it. But they always go so and so always a win. And I've reached a point where I just put as a good point Jodie Whittaker in the opening titles. Jodie Whittaker is now always a win for me after this series. I'm just gonna pop that. I put with all the little things when they're adopting the baby. That was sweet.
I did wonder what the blooming hell was going on. I was like, we've gone from Cybermen to this, and that was the whole way through the story. I was like, right, what the hell is this?
I'll get to that later, but I like yet another cool transition when they were like, someone was talking about needing a doctor.
Oh, and then it
cuts to the doctor. I know it seemed a bit obvious as a narrative thing, but I like the transition again. Techno babble followed by because they're just talking a load of techno. I mean, I know it's a sci-fi show, but
was that when they had was that the human survivors?
Yeah. Was
that them when they were talking about building the ship?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, when the woman they're clearly people, not Cybermen. The woman's like, people. Points their gun at them. I'm like, alright.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Calm down.
She can tell they're not Cybermen. Yeah.
I'd have thought if you were like, we're the only humans, and more humans turn up, you wouldn't be like, quick point gun. You'd be like, there are more of
us. Yeah.
At that point, we hit 2 random sonicings for no reason.
I was going to bring this up actually. You know the bit where the 2 cyber ships fly over?
Yeah.
And then Jodie Whittaker waves a sonic screwdriver around and goes, oh, there's 2 cyber ships. Yes, they were right there in the sky. Pretty difficult to miss 2 bloody Cybermen ships. But no, I did think that. I was like, for God's sake, you've just seen these 2 spaceships in the sky, and you have to wave your sonic screwdriver around to...
First Savage 13 quote. Don't need your life story.
That was quite funny, actually. I liked that bit.
Just consistently, for me. I've liked the one-liners. I hope they keep going with the sort of savage.
Yeah.
I like Savage 30. Two classic, classic-ish, because one of them's from the modern series, but I consider it classic modern. You know, series 2 throwbacks. Two classic ways of fighting off the Cybermen.
Oh yeah.
And the whole emotional.
Yes, I liked
thing.
all that.
I like that.
Yeah.
Although I didn't like it later because it just went nowhere.
I think, yes, I would have liked to have seen if they were going to do that. They set it up and there's like an army of Cybermen that come along.
And they defeat some
and some get killed by the gold and some get killed by the emotion thing. And some get killed by the force field. But there's too many of them and they eventually overpower all the stuff. That's how I would have preferred to have seen that.
3 Sonics. My note after that, stop with the Sonic.
Yeah, there was too much, especially in that opening bit where she's outside. There's far too much. It wouldn't have been so bad, but she was using it to tell us things we'd already seen.
Yeah, there's only one moment in this episode where she used it, and I was like, fair enough, that's when she was building the thing. Yeah. But I think, you know, all the other ones have been joint productions. This has been the first episode of this series that was written just by Chibnall, wasn't it? So I think Chibnall's just not allowed to use the Sonic anymore. Yeah. That's it. Just no. Yeah. No. Bad Chibnall. No,
I think that's a fair point, actually.
Because it wasn't necessary. Yeah. Well, that went well when the things that turn up and immediately just destroyed everything.
This was another hate of mine.
Floating heads.
Them blooming drone
I did not like the floating heads either.
Oh my Christ!
And when it first, when you saw the first one,
they looked ridiculous.
I was like, okay. And they flew around and they shot lasers from their eyes.
Yeah. I mean, all right. It's not the first time we've seen cyber parts detached from their body that can do things on their own.
Yeah, but normally they act like.
But normally they're like that.
Would,
yeah. You know? But I didn't. And it was all right, the heads were flying around. I was like, okay, it's like surveillance or something like that.
I thought...
And then the eyes turned blue and they started firing, and that was it for me. I was like, no, sorry.
When the kid, fell over, I thought he was not going to be dead, and then the cyber head was going to attach to him, like the one tried to do in the Pandora.
Yeah.
And that would have been better, but still not great, but no.
No, I'm glad we agree on that, because I hated that bit. I was like, for God's sake, it just looked ridiculous. Yeah.
More Dark 13, when she was saying whatever it
I liked the bit where she snaps at all the companions and tells them to get lost. Yeah,
after that
was a good bit, actually.
13 was all just like...
I feel she's channeling Adric and Bill and all that lot, and she's like, nah, you're all going, because I'm not doing that again.
Ryan was doing so well in this series, and then he's just like, oh, we're all running. I'm just going to hide behind this random bit of translucent metal.
Yeah, because I know it's a good job, really. Everybody in Doctor Who is a terrible shot.
Yeah.
Because I know they were they were firing at them.
Yeah.
But the Cybermen were missing them completely. So he could have just as easily sort of stopped as one bolt sort of flew past him and then carried on going.
Yeah.
I don't know why he sort of had to hide.
Yeah, it wasn't behind the close, but you know.
Yeah.
Stormtrooper Cyberman.
Yeah.
That was the lone Cyberman is still cool.
As I say, he still looks quite good.
He looks good.
Yeah.
His whole anger thing,
yeah.
And the fact that it's very. I like the fact she calls him out on it later. Very un-Cyberman.
Yeah.
And it kind of works. As long as they don't keep making Cybermen like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Cybermen.
Lots of killing. Was my point at that point.
There was actually.
I thought the whole point of the Cybermen was the conversion thing.
Yeah.
They were just like, yep, just
yeah.
The bit
Unless at this point they're just there and they're just killing off the
bit where she yeets the bomb at him. Like, I was like, nice. They're hot wiring that shit, but they're just swapping random.
Yeah,
that's the worst.
Oh, it's those bomb things, isn't
that's
it?
That's the worst hijacking I've ever seen. Yeah. Oh yeah, look, and he's like, I could do it better.
Yeah, I think for me, this is a story that was weak in the beginning. And then it did pick up for me once they were on the big cyber ship. I think it picked up a lot for me, but certainly in this beginning, I wasn't particularly enamoured with it.
Some of it was like, I think what happened there was, I'm going to give Chibbers the benefit of the doubt, that he wrote just something like, they hotwire the ship.
Yeah.
And the prop design went, that's what you're getting.
There was no real,
I like the design of how the ship flies though.
Oh, no, I didn't.
It's going to be a bit
I did kind of, because they say it's a scout ship.
Yeah, but not just that, just
how... So I didn't mind it.
If you look at how clunky the Cybermen are, it makes sense that they'd have something sort of like that. Yeah. I mean, after a while it looks a bit odd that they were like...
Yeah.
But it made sense.
I think it looked a little bit stranger when you actually saw the Cybermen doing it, rather than Jodie Whittaker for me. I wasn't a massive fan of that thing.
But their ship looks kind of... The
I
refugee
liked
ship.
the... Oh, that one. I thought you were talking about the Cybermen ship.
No, the
Oh.
Cybermen one was okay.
I think the idea there with that refugee one, it's supposed to be just sort of being just about held together, wouldn't it? I think was supposed to be the idea.
I'll
I don't know
read
why
my
it was
note.
spinning in the middle. I didn't get that why that had to spin. I
Mm.
wasn't a massive fan of the sets, particularly for this.
Yeah, some of them
For
were
this
pretty
episode,
good.
I liked the big Cyberman ship, the set for that, but I
Yeah.
wasn't a big fan of the refugee ship,
No, it was
and I
awful.
wasn't a big fan of the little Cybermen ships. I think it looked. I think
I
you.
didn't mind
Yeah,
that,
I don't know.
but
It
it
just
was-
all looked a little bit too cobbled
Yeah.
together for me.
Speech that the doctor gives about finding them just made me think, I will catch you, I'll be waiting.
But you're right, because
It took
I
me out of
thought
that
that as
moment.
well. I was a bit like, oh, she's quoting them.
Oh, when she was like, oh, am I? When she was listing all the things, and he was like, you're right. And she was like, oh, okay. That made me chuckle a little bit.
Yeah, I quite liked that scene,
So-
actually.
I've got my second note on the past stuff. When the guy gets shot, he falls off the thing, and he gets up. I'm like, do you think he's Jack's son?
Because I thought that,
If so,
actually, I was going to say it's on my phone, it's in my pocket. Someone pointed out on Twitter, somewhere in Utopia, Jack had a line when he was first talking about when he first died, and I thought he meant it was some of the stuff that we saw in, like, Torchwood and things like that, when he goes back in time. But he says, a man shot me through the heart, then I woke up, thought it was kind of strange, but then it never stopped, fell off a cliff, trampled by a horse, and I was like, right, well, we've just seen two of those things happen there. So I'm wondering if it is something to do with him,
the thing is,
somewhere along the line.
If it turns out it is actually Jack, I'm not going to be happy because he's clearly seen
It's-
the baby and the growing
yeah.
up, and that makes no sense.
Yeah.
But
I
also,
won't be happy if it is him, but it
If
was a little
it's-
bit too coincidental.
If it's his son,
Yeah.
that also brings up a lot of questions because in Torchwood, it's established that he has kids. You know, it makes sense. Jack famously can't keep it in his pants, and is all throughout. He's been living on Earth for however long, but none of his other kids have had his whole sort of Lazarus thing, have they?
No.
Or his grandkids or anything.
No.
I mean,
Well, that's right, it's in Children of Earth, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
and some of the expanded media.
Yeah.
But so
And he does say, oh, I won't get pregnant, oh, I'm never doing that again, or something.
Oh, yeah.
And it's,
never doing that again.
Yeah.
Although actually he does, because in Bad Wolf it's announced that the face of Bo announces that he's pregnant.
Yeah.
You went back on that one, didn't you, Jack?
Yeah, no, I think it's a little bit too coincidental to not be something to do with...
Jack, especially
Jack
as they
somewhere
made
along
the
the
effort
line.
of bringing him back in
Yeah.
to the fold. So
Yeah.
I'm interested to see where that goes.
Yeah, but I just thought someone pointed that out on
Yeah.
Twitter, and it was like, well, there's two of those things that have happened. But then I know one of the first things they do in Torchwood when he lands in Victorian times is shoot him,
Yeah.
and he wakes back up.
I
so
think I don't think he lands in Victorian times. I think he's lived all the way through to
Yeah.
Victorian era because he makes in at least the way I took the Utopia is that he was listing things in order. So
Yeah.
shot. I think the first time he says that, I think he means with a bow and arrow, not a.
Yeah.
Because then it's fell off a cliff,
Yeah.
trampled by horses, straight javelin. I
Yeah.
love the reaction that gets from the doctor.
A stray javelin?
But no, I think he must be something to do with either that or because I don't think. Because obviously we'll probably get to it on your notes. We obviously know what is on the other side of that portal,
Yes.
but I don't think that is
I don't think it's.
Gallifrey. Spoilers. I'm not sure.
That sounds like.
I don't know.
End discussion time.
Yeah.
Where was I? Oh.
I did think possibly.
I said
it was,
that-
but I'm not.
My note after Jack's son question mark was none of the other kids had the ability.
Yeah. And no one else seemed to age as fast as he did.
Thank you, Eel. That was.
Oh, that was a funny line actually. No, I did chuckle at that. Yeah.
Being helpful.
I know. I was quite happy actually that
They gave us something to
they
do.
gave her something to do properly to do. And I think she actually showed, she can be a good companion if she has something to do.
It makes a lot of our older criticisms even worse now, though, because, see, this
Yeah.
is what you're meant to
Yeah.
do. Shiny new Cyberman.
Oh, I liked them.
When I first, no, I like the new look was my next note. But later on, I've got another note on that. But when you just see the helmet, it's very.
I like the face.
Shock.
Yeah, I liked all that actually. When they're in the spaceship, I think that's why I like it, is because I like Earth Shock, and it was a little bit.
It was very reminiscent of Earth Shock and Tomb of the Cybermen, the way they just find.
And I like the face. The actual face panel looks like the Troughton Cybermen.
Yes.
A lot more. But I'm not a big fan of the rest of it, particularly.
Yeah, that's my note later. Once they start getting up, I put a note about that, so we'll get to that. When we get to that, where was I? Because if I go somewhere else, I'll lose where I am. I don't feel like Cybermen should be hailing anything. You know, like, hail the Siberiad. I mean, that's not very Cyberman-y, but...
Yeah, but then they've kind of done that the whole way through this new series, haven't they? Hail something or other, and...
The lone Cyberman, the noise that it makes when it moves about is so much better than the... I'm bored of that noise now. We've had it since 2000 and whatever.
Yeah.
I can't be bothered to do the maths or think, but you know, we've had it since 10, and I'm bored.
Because he kind of squeaks, doesn't he, as his head turns.
He sounds like actual hydraulics, not this, you know.
Yeah.
That noise was good when it came out, but it's just I've heard it so much.
Slap a bit of WD-40 on him and he'd be silent. Then that's what you got to do. That's probably why he's so grumpy.
And that purple thing starts coming, and when it starts opening, I'm like, that's gonna go to Gallifrey. That's gonna.
Yeah, I think somewhere in the back of my mind, I thought, oh no, it's gonna be somewhere we know. I didn't guess it was Gallifrey.
Yeah.
But I knew it was definitely going to be somewhere we knew where it was.
And then the new Cybermen, it sort of goes. You're not going to see it if I stand up, but
it's.
Yes. Nope. Yes.
Yeah. It's kind of because they're like warrior class or something, weren't they?
Yeah.
So they're kind of like, they look like a little bit sort of samurai style thing. And when they were all walking in that scene where he's woken them all up and they're all going for the bridge, I don't mind the spikes on the shoulder pads. That's all right. They kind of go a little bit. They kind of go in on the middle. There's nothing. There's no bulk there in the middle.
They are cinched like a drag queen.
I was going to say they look like they've been very heavily photoshopped and airbrushed, and they look like they've gone in. They sort of go in and then carry on going.
Are you saying they should look more like the cyber leader from the Colin Baker episode?
I'm not saying they should look that portly, but they should actually look like there is something of them.
Knew it when you see Gallifrey. I was not, however, expecting the Masters to jump out.
No.
I thought he was.
I've got a thingy about this actually. On the cast list that they released online.
See, I didn't look at it.
There was a clue. There was a character's name and an actor's name that began with Barak, and then it was something else. Apparently, if you put the two things together, the pretend actor's name and the character's name, it was actually an anagram of The Master is Back.
Ah.
And it had the Master and the actor's name and whatever.
So
I kind of had a feeling he was going to be in it, but I thought he was going to be in the next episode.
Yeah, that's the thing. I thought he'd come back for the finale.
I wasn't expecting him to be in
but
this
I wasn't
one.
expecting him to. Even when Gallifrey appeared, I was like, oh, so he's definitely going to be in the next. And I wasn't expecting him to come out then.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, hopefully that means we get more of him next episode. Which, I mean, Sacha Dhawan, just seeing him back.
He's very good, isn't he?
It was one of those things where I didn't quite realise how much I enjoyed him in the last one until I saw him back and then got really excited.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh!
No, I do like him actually as the Master. I think he is quite good.
Question for next week. Do you think Jack will be back?
I think it depends, because the special, which we're pretty sure there's a special episode coming out at some point with the Daleks.
Christmas.
Oh, is it a Christmas one?
Apparently.
Okay.
It's not been announced, but then again, it wasn't even announced that we're getting a special.
Yeah.
Or the Daleks are coming back.
Yeah.
So
even though there was all the leaked photos of the Daleks online, but apparently, John Barrowman was spotted on the set in that episode. dressed up as Captain Jack. So I think it depends if that rumour is true. But it wouldn't surprise me if he was in it. But I think it depends on if that rumour is true, because I wouldn't surprise me if this one ended on something of a cliffhanger-y thing a little bit. So it wouldn't surprise me, but I would like him to turn up.
Yeah.
But,
I'd always like Jack to turn up.
But I don't know, really, particularly. So... But it wouldn't surprise me, especially if this Brandon bloke is supposed to be... might possibly be something to do with him.
Oh, let's talk about that mind-wipey thing at the end.
This was the bit that someone on Twitter said, "Oh, did you see what was on the door?"
I was too busy looking at it,
and I was like, "No, I was too busy looking at how I'm surprised they got away with that on
pre-launch 2 weeks in a row. They've done something. This surprises me.
It looked a little bit Cyberman-y with but someone said it was the chameleon arch, and I was like, it just looked like a pair of headphones and a thing on the top. So I was like, it looked more Cyberman-y to me. But it could have been a chameleon arch, possibly.
But if it's a chameleon arch, it makes no sense because of the baby. Even
Yeah.
though it's been... I can't say it's been established. It has been established because it's been established that when a Time Lord uses the chameleon arch, it transforms their current physical being to whatever it's going to. Doesn't make them younger, doesn't do that, and it implants the rest of the backstory backwards. You know, it doesn't actually plonk a baby down. I mean, they always say stuff like, "Oh, I was found as a..."
Because I tell you what I thought. I thought that Brandon was going to be the lone Cyberman. I thought we were going to get backstory on him.
Yeah.
And then they said Brandon. I was like, oh, it's not his. It's not the name that he.
That's what I first thought as well.
Oh no, he's called Brandon. I was like, oh no, it's not him then. It's not him.
Yeah.
But that's what I thought they were going to do until he got shot, and then I was like, oh, is he supposed to be something to do with Jack? But then I'm assuming that planet is either the planet they go to that has that boundary thing, or it's Gallifrey. But I don't want it to be Gallifrey.
It's far too earthy to be Gallifrey.
Which is what makes me think it's that planet that they go to that's supposed to be the safe place thing, possibly. Because I think that's who that old bloke is with the staff.
It's hard to rank this episode.
I was going to say, I think for me, I'm going to need to watch it again.
Yeah. And, well, I'm going to need to watch part 2 as well.
And you're going to need to watch part 2 a couple of times, I think, to actually get what's going on. But because I think this is your typical episode 1.
Yeah.
Where it sets things up and then leaves you with questions. But this is Chibnall, so I kind of hope he hasn't bitten off more than he can chew a little bit. Because he's not been...
After the series we've had...
I don't think he will. I think he will be alright. Yeah.
I have faith in this.
There's something still nagging in the back of my mind that I'm like, no, it's not going to be... I'm excited to see it. I'm looking forward to next week. So long as it's not as bad as last series finale.
Not about saying it's not like when we were waiting for last series and I was like, oh, I don't want to watch it.
No.
I mean, obviously I do. It's Doctor Who and I love watching it, but I was just there like, okay.
Yeah.
Whereas, exciting.
I think it sort of sets up a lot of the next episode. I think a lot of this story is going to ride on the next episode.
Yeah.
I didn't get, because they use all these lens flares now. The moment those new Cybermen come on the bridge, and they're shooting with their guns, I just thought it was lens flare. I didn't realise they were like shooting them, and that was the cliffhanger. And I was like, oh, I just thought that was like lens flares or something. And I was like, but they've come in and they've shot, but they must survive because they were all in the Next Time trailer at the end. So
yeah. I thought for a second when Ryan was left on his own that Chibnall was going to kill someone off.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure now that he's going to.
Oh, that was going to be my point. I don't think they will do it, but I think the idea is there. Graham might go off with that woman because they seem to sort of get on with each other. And I don't know if it was just a fluff of his line or something, when he says, oh, do you want to have a butcher's? And she's like, what? Well, a butcher's hook. A look. Cockney rhyming slang. And she's like, you're very strange. And he went, I'm not strange. I'm the nicest person you will ever meet. I'm the most ordinary person. I'm assuming that was just a fluffed line.
Mm.
You know, because Bradley Walsh is a bit like that sometimes. But, I don't know. But I think he might go off with her if they get rid of a couple of them.
Mm.
I'm still thinking one of them's going to die. And I'm kind of hoping it's Ryan.
I've really
And
enjoyed Ryan
I
this
liked
series.
Ryan this series, but I think he's done his arc.
Yeah.
I think that's done, and I think so is Graham. I just like Graham being there because I like Bradley Walsh.
Yeah.
And nothing would surprise me if it's just Yaz that goes off with the Doctor at the end.
I think
Possibly.
it would be what's best for Yaz's character.
But no, I think that's probably what might happen.
Yeah, I think what it will be what would be best for Yaz's character, because Yaz has had nothing to do.
No.
I mean, Yaz is a good character, I think, and I think Mandip
Yeah, I
is
like
doing a
her,
good
actually,
job.
yeah.
I just don't feel like she's been given anything to do.
Yeah.
Both series, she's had nothing to do.
No, I like her as well. I think
Yeah.
she's a good companion. But anyway, that was our thoughts on Ascension of the Cybermen.
Yes, please share yours below.
Yep.
Find us on Twitter.
Yep.
There's our Facebook.
Yep.
All of that jazz.
Like, subscribe, and
Share
everything else. And comment, what did you think of
Yes.
Ascension of the Cybermen? And that was our thoughts on Ascension of the Cybermen. And we will see you next week for our review and whatever of The Timeless Children.
The wrap up of. I didn't know that was the title.
Yeah.
I've been not looking at the titles beforehand, but
spoilers.
I'm assuming that means they are going to tie up the Timeless Child thing then.
I think they will wrap it up to a point, but yeah, so there you go. And we'll
Thanks.
see you later.